Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. He who is unable to live in society, or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself, must be either a beast or a god. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. Republics decline into democracies and democracies degenerate into despotisms. Jealousy is both reasonable and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. The most perfect political community is one in which the middle class is in control, and outnumbers both of the other classes. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility but through greatness of mind. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice and, while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object but to escape some ill. In making a speech one must study 3 points: first, the means of producing persuasion; second, the language; third, the proper arrangement of the various parts of the speech. The wise man does not expose himself needlessly to danger, since there are few things for which he cares sufficiently, but he is willing, in great crises, to give even his life, knowing that under certain conditions it is not worthwhile to live. I have gained this from philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. In a democracy, the poor will have more power than the rich, because there are more of them, and the will of the majority is supreme. We must no more ask whether the soul and body are one than ask whether the wax and the figure impressed on it are one. We become just by performing just action, temperate by performing temperate actions, brave by performing brave action. For one swallow does not make a summer, nor does one day, and so too one day, or a short time, does not make a man blessed and happy. In poverty and other misfortunes of life, true friends are a sure refuge. The young they keep out of mischief, to the old, they are a comfort and aid in their weakness, and those in the prime of life they incite to noble deeds. If liberty and equality, as is thought by some, are chiefly to be found in democracy, they will be best attained when all persons alike share in government to the utmost. A sense is what has the power of receiving into itself the sensible forms of things without the matter, in the way in which a piece of wax takes on the impress of a signet ring without the iron nor gold. The moral virtues, then, are produced in us neither by nature nor against nature. Nature, indeed, prepares in us the ground for their reception, but their complete formation is the product of habit.